Okay, now we are going to do a circle diagram. Where we will do the circle diagram? In the machines 2, okay, in the 3-phase induction motor to predetermination of efficiency and various parameters. What are the various parameters? So what is one is efficiency, already I had told. Another one is slip, then maximum input, then what the things, maximum torque. For various parameters we can predetermine. But the exact method is direct loading method. The problem in direct loading means we need various test data we have to do for at least 10 tests we have to do, and we have to perform 10, and then we have to do the calculations, all these things. It will be accurate, but the only problem is the time consumption and power consumption will be more in case of direct loading, direct method. Here we are going for indirect method to predetermination of various parameters, okay, for 3-phase induction motor. Which type of induction motor? Both the induction motor, either it is a slip ring induction motor or screw gauge induction motor. Okay, coming to this what is it? Two things, data required. What are the data required here? There are two data are required. One is no load test data, other one is block rotor test data. Okay, two data are required here. One is no load test, other one is block rotor test. Okay, here theory point of view, in the first, suppose it is a theory, it is an university exam, both the test data will be given for you. It will be given for you. Suppose it is an practical, we have to do two test. What are the tests? No load test and block rotor test. Okay, how to perform the no load test? Okay, first no load, only two test data is sufficient to find the various parameter. Apart from this thing, we have to find the resistance of the stator and rotor. That we will see in the procedure while seeing this thing. Basic data, two data are required. Okay, two data are required. Okay, one is no load test. How to perform no load test? See, we have to connect the machine as per the given for your circuit. Okay, then what you have to do here we are doing the experiment at the stator side and rotor side. Rotor side in screw gauge induction motor we cannot take outside. Okay, in slip ring induction motor only we can go outside. So but we are doing all the experiment in the stator side only. So all our all our meters are connected in the stator side, and stator is connected to 3-phase supply. 3-phase supply meters, then stator. So all our meters are ranged to stator parameters. Okay, first we have to give supply voltage. Okay, this we have to give no load test, means the load, there should be no load at all. The load should be free, that is the rotor should be free to rotate. We have to give rated voltage. Okay, here V0 is equal to rated voltage. Suppose how to know the rated voltage? See, rated voltage, rated output power they will give. Power means it is output power, and rated current of the primary means stator. All this will be given. So rated power, all this will be given. The nameplate details of they will give all those things. Okay, from this thing, rated voltage is known quantity, rated output power also known, rated current. Which current? If it is a screw gauge induction motor means they will give the stator current. If it is a slip ring induction motor means both the currents they will give. I1 means primary, I2 means secondary, because it's a rotating transformer. Already you know it's a rotating transformer. Okay. Here, how the no load test is performed means we have to perform for rated voltage. This voltage will be rated. So, for example, in our laboratory, okay, the rated voltage is 415 voltage. Okay, the machine parameters 415 voltage. This will be given 415 voltage, 3 HP, and the current will be 4.2, 7.2, like this. Suppose it's given like this thing. Okay, then what will be the V0 will be 415. By adjusting auto transformer, here we have to give the voltage. What voltage? Line voltage or rated voltage? V0 is rated voltage. At the time, what is the no load current and what is the no load power? We have to measure. Normally during no load, say simple DC circuit I am taking. Okay, what will be the no load current? Here I am putting an ammeter. The no load current will be 0. Actually no load current will be 0, but here it will consume some power. For what purpose? To compensate the constant losses, fixed losses. To give the supply to the fixed losses, it will absorb some current. For example, fixed losses mean iron losses. Okay, mechanic losses that because rotor is rotating. To compensate this thing, it will absorb some current. That absorbs some power will be there. That power, this is called no load power I0 and no load power the no load power W0. No load current is I0. Okay, this test is performed for rated voltage. Okay, coming to the short circuit. During short circuit test, we have to short circuit the machine. Block rotor test. Here it is, because in transformer we are saying is a short circuit. Here same procedure only. Here we are saying is a block rotor test. That is, we have to block the rotor. Rotor we have to block it. That is, it should not rotate like this by spring balance. Any other method we have to block it. And what we have to perform. Block means is nothing but short circuit. Okay, in the short circuit, what will be the resistance? Resistance will be almost 0. Otherwise, resistance will be 0.01. Depends upon the resistance of the wire. The wire resistance will be almost 0. So, if I give, what will happen if I give rated voltage? If I give 415 voltage, means the current will be 45,000 amps. It will flow through this thing. This will, what will happen? This will damage the parts. That is meaning is that heavy current will flow during block rotor test. So we should not, but I need rate. So I had to perform this experiment. How to perform this experiment means I had to perform for rated current. Here this is performed for rated voltage, this is performed for rated current. If I give rated current, what is the voltage? I have to give reduced voltage only I have to give. If I give rated voltage, what is the amount of current I will get? It will be very high current I will get. So here if I give 0.1 amps, if I give 0.1 amps, what will be the current? 0.1 divided by 0.01, it will be 10 amps. Suppose let us assume that this is rated current, but 10 amps is the rated current for this circuit. Means what the current I have to give? Very, when compared to 415, 0.1 is very less current. Similarly, here I have to reduce the voltage. If I reduce the voltage, automatically, immediately, we will get the current. Because why we will get, suppose we change the auto transformer for small voltage itself, we will get, this is reduced voltage. But the thing is that here we have to do the experiment for rated current. So here no load test is performed for rated voltage and block rotor test is performed for rated current. Rated current of the stator or rotor? Stator, because we have connected all the equipments in the stator side only. Rotor side we have not connected. Okay, so stator current. So this is the experiment point of view. These are the things. Then coming to the calculation point of view. Calculation point of view, theory examination point of view. Okay, theory examination, all these two data will be given. Data will be given for you. This will be that no load test data and block rotor test data will be given for you. You have to solve these things. Okay, this is a step-by-step procedure. I will explain by step-by-step. Okay, the graph is needed. We have to draw the circle diagram, and it's not complete. We have to remember the steps. That's all. We have to remember the steps. That the remaining things are small. Even scientific calculators are not necessary for this thing. Okay, normal calculator is sufficient. Only some of the cos, sin, that like this we have to use all those things. Okay, first step, what is the data given here? What the data? I will go for a different color pen because it will be not visible. Black already written, so I will go for blue. Okay, first thing is a long procedure, but it is a step-by-step procedure only. First step, what is the data given? No load test data is given, rated voltage, I will say no load voltage, no load current and no load power, short circuit voltage, short circuit current and short circuit power. Okay, so during short circuit also, okay, that I will come next. Okay, we are doing this thing. What is the thing we have to do this thing? We have to first to find the no load power factor. What is power factor? Cos phi naught. No load power factor I have to find. This is the first step. What is the formula for power? The formula for power equal to √3 into VL into IL into cos phi. So what is cos phi? Cos phi equal to P divided by √3 into VL into IL. What is P? P is nothing but that is the power we have measured. That is W naught. That is the value of W naught. Because 2 wattmeter method we'll use W1 plus W2. That's the thing. Power, that is the power consumed. Why I am putting W naught means because it is wattmeter. It's measure only power. So what is the value of cos phi naught? Cos phi naught equal to W naught. So what the thing? Cos phi naught equal to W naught divided by √3 into V naught into I naught. From this data we can find this cos phi naught. This is the first step. Okay, what is the second step? This is no load power factor. From this cos phi naught we have to find the value of phi naught. What is phi naught? This value, if you put cos inverse we will get cos phi naught. Sorry, we will get phi naught. In degree we will get that. First we have to calculate the phi naught value. First cos phi naught we have to calculate. From this if you put cos inverse we will get cos phi naught. Okay, second step. What is the second step? Second step we have to find cos phi SC. That is, what is the power factor? Short circuit power factor we have to find. What is the short circuit power factor? WSC divided by √3 into VSC into ISC. All the data are known quantity. From this we have to find phi SC. This is the second step. This is the first step. This is the second step. Easily we can calculate. What the third step? Third step I have to find ISN. What is ISN? Here we have seen only ISC. What is ISN? ISN is the short circuit current at rated voltage. What is the meaning? See, here it is short circuit current at reduced voltage. Short circuit current at reduced voltage. How can I short circuit current at normal voltage? Can I give normal voltage here? If I give normal voltage here, what will happen? Heavy current will flow here, and what will happen? It will damage the armature, stator parts and rotor parts. It will damage all the parts, and it is a copper coil. It will be burned. So what will happen? We can only calculate. We can reduce voltage. We are doing the experiment for rated current only. If I give rated voltage, it cannot possible. So I am finding by theory. What is ISN? ISN equal to short circuit current at normal voltage. See, short circuit current at normal voltage. Normal voltage means 415 voltage for our laboratory point of view. Okay, ISN equal to just formula is V naught is rated voltage divided by VSC into ISC. This is the formula, unit is amps. So V naught is the rated of 415 voltage divided by reduced voltage. Suppose reduced voltage is 400. Suppose this is 400, this is 50. 400 divided by 50 will be equal to 8. So 400 divided by 8, okay, 400 divided by 50 equal to 8. Okay, 8 into that short circuit current. We will get the short circuit current. Next, what I have to get? Same thing I have to get WSN. That is, what is WSN? Fourth thing I have to find WSN. What is WSN? WSN equal to same thing. Short circuit power at normal voltage. At normal voltage. How to find? There is a formula is there. Okay. Before going to the formula, I will explain how the formula we have read. I am deriving. See, short circuit power equal to what is the equal to formula? First I will write there. ISN divided by ISC the whole square into WSC. See, WSC is known quantity. ISN here we have find ISC. Okay, this is short circuit current. How I derive this formula? This current equal to what is ISN? ISN is WSC equal to WSC equal to 3 times. Why it is 3 times means 3 windings will be 3 windings into ISC because phase current. This is not line current. This is phase current square into R1E. This is the wattmeter. This is no WSC current. WSC equal to 3 into 3 times into phase current ISC square into R1E. Similarly, WSN equal to 3 into ISN square into R1E. R1 is the total resistance, stator resistance plus rotor resistance referred to stator. Both the things I had taken the account 3 times, okay, into ISC square. So if I divide these two things, I will get this formula. I got this formula by dividing this thing. Okay, these are all things not necessary here. We have to remember only the formula. So what are the things? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And next we had to go for the step 5. What is step 5 means? We had to choose the current scale. We have to draw the current scale. In the current scale, how to choose means, actually we have to choose by different method. I have simple method. How to choose current scale means 1 centimeter equal to current scale 1 centimeter. Here I will write, this is graph, okay, x-axis 1 centimeter equal to, write this 1 centimeter equal to, how much I means, simple method, ISN divided by 20 amps. This is the simple way. Why I am giving simple way means, what is the value of ISN here? It is going to be larger value because ISN will be V naught be 8 times of the simple example is 8 times of the ISC. For example I am telling. So it will be very highest. This is the highest value. So I had to draw the line ISN. So this is going to the very large line. Okay, what the thing? So what is ISN? ISN will be equal to 120 into 1 centimeter equal to 20 centimeter. It will come. So ISN will be 20 centimeter. Okay. While dividing this thing, 1 centimeter, how much? Suppose it is getting 100. You are getting 100 divided by 20. You are getting it is exactly 5 amps. So 1 centimeter into 5 amps. Suppose you are getting 90. 90 divided by 20. What you are getting? It is 4.5 amps. Don't take it as 4.5 amps. Either take it as 4 amps or 5 amps. Round it, integer, round it nearest integer. Then only it will be easy for your calculation. Don't go for 4. Accurately, it is not necessary. It will be almost equal to. Can I go for almost equal to? Okay, it is not equal. Almost equal to ISN divided by 20. Suppose here I am getting 4.9, 4.8. Don't like this. Go for 5. Okay, if it is 4.1, 4.2, go for 4. So 9.1, don't go for 9.1 like this. You don't take. Either take it as a 9 or 10. Yes, an integer value, take it. This is the 5th step. Okay, can you rub this thing? So what are the values we have got it? Phi naught, Phi SC, ISN, WSN, that current scale. All these things we have chosen. Okay, after choosing this thing, so where I can write this thing here, I will write. What are the things I have called? We have got. One is Phi naught, we got it. Then Phi SC, we got it. Next, what are the values we have got? Got ISN, we got it. Next, what is the value? Then WSN. This all those values we got it. Okay, then current scale we have chosen like this thing. Okay. Okay. Next thing, what we had to do? We had to take the graph. Okay, we had to take the graph. See, we had to take this graph and I had to keep it in landscape. Don't draw in portrait, draw in landscape. The landscape you will give and draw the y-axis just here itself. Don't give some space in the white color line here. The end line itself you can draw the y-axis. Here is the x-axis. Here I have drawn x-axis and this is the y-axis. Like this you can draw. Okay, don't leave some space. All those things. Okay. Next, what we have to do? We have to draw I naught. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Okay, suppose, okay, what is the thing? X-axis 1 centimeter, how much per? X-axis, okay, not x-axis, what is the thing? Here I have written, okay, okay, well, let's I will go. Okay, this x-axis I have written, it is not called x-axis. Y-axis we have drawn line, that is called voltage line. That is voltage line. This normally we will take x-axis as a reference. Normally we will take, see, x-axis only we will take as a voltage. Remaining current we will drop as a lagging power factor, means we will draw the current like this thing. But here we are taking y-axis as a voltage axis. Okay, what is x-axis? X-axis just x-axis only. We will call as an x-axis. Nothing about this thing. It's an x-axis. Okay. Next, what we have to do? We have to measure the current. We know the value. First we have to draw the I naught. We know the current I naught. Suppose take I naught equal to 8 amps. I naught equal to 8 amps. Okay. We have to convert it into centimeter. Here we have to do what the current scale we have chosen. Current scales we have chosen 1 centimeter equal to how much? 1 centimeter equal to ISN divided by 20. Some ISN. Suppose for example 1 centimeter equal to, suppose I am getting 1 centimeter equal to 10 amps. Like this I have taken. So suppose it's an example I am getting. ISN, suppose ISN is 100. 100 divided by 20, what is the thing? 5, so 200. ISN equal to 200. 200 divided by 20, what I am getting? 10 amps. This is the thing. Okay. For 1 centimeter to 10 amps, reversely I have written. What 10 amps equal to how much? 10 amps equal to 1 centimeter. That's the thing scale we have taken. Current scale we have chosen the step number 5. Step number 5 we have chosen. Reversely we have write. Suppose I naught equal to 8 amps. Suppose I naught equal to 8 amps. Just cross by equal to x. What is x value? X equal to 8 into 1 divided by 10 equal to how much? 8 into 0.8 centimeter. Like this we have to calculate. I naught value we have to calculate. In centimeter. I naught value we know. In amps we know. We had converted it to centimeter because we know the current scale. Already we had the fifth step we had know the current scale. This 1 centimeter equal to ISN divided by 20. That's for example I have taken 10 amps. So 10 amps equal to 1 centimeter. 8 amps equal to how much centimeter? Just cross multiply. This cross multiply, I think everybody knows this thing. For example, 10 apples equal to this. Already I will get like this. 10 apples equal to 200 rupees. What is the value of 2 apples? 2 apples equal to x. This method only I will follow. Still I am following this same method. Okay. What is x value? So x equal to cross multiply. S equal to 2 into, this is nothing wrong. 2 into 200 divided by 10, which is equal to 400 divided by 10 equal to 40. Like this only I will get. Similarly, similar method only I will, is nothing wrong in the writing like this thing. Okay, we need solution, that's all. So 1 centimeter to 10 amps, reverse it, 10 centimeter to 1 amps. What is 8 amps? What is the value? What is the I naught value? Here I have to put I naught. Here I naught equal to, here I naught, here it is ISN divided by 20. That value. Okay, we have to calculate this thing. This will be in centimeter. So I naught, suppose I naught equal to 0.8 centimeter. Okay, I got I naught. I have to draw here. Okay, where I have to draw? That is very important. It's 0.8 centimeter we know. So we have to draw a 0.8 centimeter, but where I have to draw? See, this is our induction motor. It is all our lagging power factor. All are lagging in nature. So lagging power factor only. Lagging means what's the meaning? If voltage is in the x-axis, current will be lagging by a sub I naught means it will lags by an angle phi naught. Okay, lagging means here it is like this thing. But voltage in the y-axis. Then how much it will lag? It will lag from here, from how much angle? Phi naught angle it will lag. So what is the angle phi naught? See, phi naught is known quantity. It will be almost equal to 80 degree. It will come. Phi naught will be 80 degree. This will be 70 degree. Almost. I am not accurately. I am not telling. Okay, it will be almost 80 degree. So phi naught equal to, from this we have to go for a protector. See, you should not keep like this thing. Okay, you have to keep like this thing. From this thing, from here it should be phi naught value. Phi naught value, that is above 80 means you have to measure like this thing. You have to measure and you have to draw a line. And how much length should be? This length should be 0.8 centimeter. This length should be 0.8 centimeter. This length, not this length is 0.8 centimeter. This length should be 0.8 centimeter. This is O. This point is called O dash. This length, not this length. This length should be 0.8. Exactly what are the line? Blue color line. That line I am drawing, that should be 0.8 centimeter. Example, I naught length. This length is I naught length. Okay, in centimeter. And what is the angle? This angle is phi naught, not this angle. Not this angle. Student will measure from like this thing. It is not like so. You have to measure like this thing. Okay, this is 0.8 centimeter. After drawing this thing, you have to draw a straight line. This line is called horizontal line. This is a very important line, horizontal line. This is very important line. Okay, horizontal line we have to draw. It should be a straight line. For me, it's not at all a straight line. Okay, I will remove this thing. Using a scale, I will draw this thing. Okay. Okay. This line is called horizontal line. Okay, this line is called horizontal line. This is O dash. This is O dash. This angle is phi naught. Repeating, I am repeating. This angle is phi naught. I have to measure from here. This, so you should not measure from here. You have to measure from here. It should be phi naught because it's lagging. Okay. Next, what I have to draw? I should not draw ISA. I have to draw ISN. Okay. This is the next step. This is the first step number. Next, this step is step number 6. Okay, drawing this is step number 6. Next is step number 7. 6 is what the thing? 6 I have to draw I naught. What is the angle? Angle is phi naught. So okay, in centimeter, I naught in centimeter. I naught in centimeter. Angle is phi naught. Next, 7th step is ISN, not ISE, not ISC, ISN. We have calculated ISN in centimeter. This will be almost 20 centimeter. Okay, 20 centimeter. At an angle of how much? Phi S. This is SC only because phi SC and phi SN both will be in the same phase, because phi SC will be smaller value, phi SN will be in the same phase with long value. So this angle will be same phi SC. Okay, ISN. This will be almost so where I have to measure. This also I have to measure from here. This will be like I have to measure from this thing. This will be slightly above this point. Why? Because it will be lagging only 70 degree. From here it is 70 degree. So this line should be, I will use a different color. Okay, this is what the thing. This is ISN. This is ISN, not ISC. This is ISN. So this point is called A point. This is A. Okay, I think it won't be clear. I will use blue color. Okay, this will be A point. This is A. Okay, A point. But from where I am drawing, from origin I am drawing this A. Okay, this is that. This line is called ISN line. Okay, now what we have to do? 8th step. I have to join O dash and A. O dash and A. I have to join these two things. I will take my notes. Then only I will remember all those things. Okay. Okay, this is the 8th step. Okay, join OA. How to join this thing? See, this thing I have to join. I will go from here. It will be not correct, accurate. I have to join these two lines. This blue color line is called, not green color line. This blue color line. This blue color line is called output line. Output line. This is called the output line. This is very important line. This is the very, very important. Above this line is called output. Below this line is what the thing? Losses. Okay, that's the thing. Okay. Now what we are going to output line we have drawn. What is the next step? Next step, what we have to do? We have to draw a perpendicular bisector to the output line. What is meant by perpendicular bisector? See, output line is which is O dash A is output line. Here onwards, forget this which line. What's the line? Actually, draw this line is in 2H pencil. So slight light line you draw it. Okay. Here onwards, ISN line is not necessary for us. Here onwards, we need only ISN. This is ISN line. Here on after this thing, we don't want any ISN. We need only this A point. Now we have to draw a perpendicular bisector for which line? For output line. For output line, we have to draw a perpendicular bisector. What is meant by perpendicular bisector? It has to cut the line at 90 degree. Okay, that's the line. How to find the perpendicular bisector? Take a compass like this thing. Okay, you measure 50 degree, above 50%. You can select it and you can cut a curve. Okay, this thing already you know. We have studied in the 7th standard, 8th standard room. Immediately, what's called geometry box was introduced. We have only done this thing only. So how to find this thing? What we have to do? We have to cut here from this point, O point we will cut here, and from this point we will cut here, and here we will cut here. Oh, correct or not? And we have to join these 2 points. Okay, this line is called perpendicular bisector, and this is how much angle? This is 90 degree, and this side angle will be, this length will be same. Here it is not same because it is hand drawn. Okay, actually it will be exactly, it will be same. Now, okay, this is what the ninth step. Ninth step, perpendicular bisector. I will write in blue or green. Okay, because it is not visible in perpendicular bisector for output line, that is O dash A. Okay, this is ninth step. After drawing this thing, we have to locate the point C, where it is in the horizontal line, not in the x-axis. Student will make mistake in the circle diagram here only. So where they will take the point in the x-axis. You should not take the point in the x-axis, in the horizontal line, that is O dash line. O dash line, this line we have drawn, that point is called C. Now we have to take C as a center and C dash O as a radius. C as a center and sorry, C as center, C dash O as a radius. We have to draw a semicircle. Okay, don't take here x-axis, take the point in the horizontal axis. How we draw an horizontal axis? This is I0. From I0 we have drawn a parallel line to the x-axis. That line is called horizontal line. Okay, so I have to take C as a center, C dash O as a radius. I have to take it, and I have to draw a semicircle like this thing. I have to take this as a center and this as a radius, and I have to draw a semicircle. If I draw the semicircle, it will be like this thing. And definitely it will touch. It will won't be like my diagram. Okay, it will be very neat. Okay, my diagram is like so, because I have wrongly this will be like this thing. Okay, this is A point. Okay, it will be like this thing. This point is called B. There is no importance of B. Okay, this point is A. Okay, definitely it will cut the point A. Definitely, if you draw this semicircle, definitely if it cut the point A. Okay, then only our problem is correct. Not problem means our diagram is correct. Okay, not problem. Problem is given by the anyone. Okay, our diagram is correct. Okay, next, not what we have to do. We have to draw a perpendicular line from A. First, so what is the thing? Semicircle. How to draw? We have to take C as center and which thing? O dash C as radius. Draw a semicircle. Where it will touch? Definitely touch the point A. Okay, next, what is the 11th step? 11th step, what we have to do? We have to draw a perpendicular line. From where? I have to draw a perpendicular line from A to x-axis. From A to x-axis, I have to draw a perpendicular line. Okay, this will meet the x-axis at, this is O, this is A, this is B, C, this is D. Okay, and this point is E. I think it won't be clear for you, so I will draw in. This is E point and this is D point. Okay, DE. Okay, what is the meaning of this thing? This AD represents, okay, WSN. AD represents, AD equal to WSN in centimeter. We know the WSN value in which thing? Power value we know WSN. How much power we got it. But here AD represents WSN in centimeter. What is WSN represents? WSN equal to rotor copper loss plus stator copper loss plus fixed losses. So at which condition? Short circuit current. This short circuit heavy current. Okay, at normal voltage. Short circuit current at normal voltage. So AD represents short circuit. Okay, AD represents WSN. Okay, short circuit power at normal voltage. So here we have to segregate all the losses. These consist of WSN consists of 3 losses. What are the losses? Fixed losses, stator copper losses, and rotor copper losses. So here DE represents fixed losses. So 12th point. Okay, what the thing? Draw. Already we have drawn because AD equal to the already drawn. So okay, ED represents, what is ED represents? Fixed losses. I'll explain. Okay, because after that we have to find the power scale, and then only we can explain all those things. ED represents ED, not suffix D. ED represents fixed losses. Now, what is AE represents? A and E represents. AE represents copper losses, total copper losses at short circuit. What are the copper losses? Stator copper losses as well as rotor copper losses. So I had to find the point. Suppose the point, I had to point the E, which segregates stator copper losses and rotor copper losses. Here lower point is stator copper losses and upper point is rotor copper losses. How to locate the point E? That is very important. Locating the point E is very important. Okay, how to locate point E? Okay, there are two motors we are having. What are the motors? One is slip ring induction motor, other one is screw gauge induction motor. Okay, so now I will go for slip ring induction motor. How to locate this point E? So see, this line we have drawn, ED is known quantity, but this point E, how to locate? So E point separates rotor copper losses and stator copper losses. This is rotor copper losses and stator copper losses. Stator copper losses. This is rotor copper losses, this is stator copper losses. Okay, this segregates. But how to locate this point E? Okay, that is very important. In slip ring induction motor, we have to, I will clear all those things. This is step number 13. Okay, step number 13, locating point E. After that, I will come for power scale. What is meant by power scale? Locating point E. Locating point E. How to locate point E? Okay, first A part for slip ring induction motor. Slip ring induction motor. So for slip ring induction motor, so if here I have to locate. So what is AE by EF? AE by EF equal to AE by EF. What is AE? AE equal to rotor copper loss and EF equal to E. Sorry, one thing I have made mistake. This is not E. This is F. I have made mistake. The D, E only here it is F. See, this point is F, not, okay. This point, previously I have written SED, not ED. It is FD is equal to fixed losses. Please correct it. It is FD equal to fixed losses. Okay, that previously I have drawn make now. Okay, E is the point I have to locate. Okay, because the notation should be same. Then only we can easily remember. Okay, because in the laboratory I have given all those notations. Okay, so that only we can remember all those things. Okay. AE by EF. AE by EF equal to what is the thing? What is the AE? AE equal to rotor copper loss. Rotor copper loss divided by stator copper loss. Stator copper loss. Okay, which is equal to rotor. What is the rotor copper loss? How many windings will be? 3 windings will be there. The current is equal to I2. Why it is I2? Because it is a transformer, rotating transformer. I1 is means for primary, I2 for secondary into R2, I1 square into R2. Okay, similarly divided by 3. Why these 3 windings having I1 square into R1? Correct or not? So what will happen? This 3 and this cancel. Okay, R2 by R1. Here I am getting I2 by I1 whole square. Why it is I2 by I1? We know that transformer ratio K equal to V2 by V1, which is equal to N2 by N1, which is equal to I1 by I2. I1 by I2. So what is I2 by I1? I2 by I1 equal to 1 by K. So 1 by K square. This is R1. This is 1 by K square. That is R2 by K square into R1. So what is R2 by K square? R2 by K square equal to R2 dash. Do you remember the equivalent circuit? I think we will remember what is R2 dash? R2 divided by K square. Rotor resistance referred to stator. And what is R1? Stator resistance. R1 is stator resistance. R2 dash is rotor resistance divided by K square. Otherwise, leave this thing. R2 divided by K square into R1. So how to measure R2? Rotor side is a slip ring induction motor. Slip ring induction motor, the rotor resistance will come outside. Okay, easily we can measure the resistance between 2 windings divided by 2. I will get R2. What is R1? Stator resistance. That also measurable quantity. Okay, then we can find out what is K square. K square in the nameplate detailed cells, we can see either voltage ratio or current ratio will be there. Stator current, this I1 stator current divided by rotor current. I1 by I2 equal to K value. These 3 things we can easily find for a slip ring induction motor. Because slip ring induction motor we can calculate the value of R2. So by this formula, mainly we can use this formula. AE by EF equal to R2 divided by K square into R1. All the values are known. Okay, this value. Suppose we are getting AE by EF equal to, this is a ratio, AE by EF equal to I am getting 2 by 1. 2 by 1. How to separate this thing? But the meaning is that AE is 2 times and EF equal to 1 times. What is the total value? The total value is equal to 3. So what is the value of AF? AF equal to 3 centimeter. AF equal to 3. This value we have to measure it. Okay, this value we have to measure. This is 3. Suppose we have to measuring, I am getting 12 centimeter. Okay, so 12 centimeter equal to 3. Okay, 12 centimeter equal to 12 centimeter equal to 3. For 1 centimeter equal to how much? 1 centimeter, 12 centimeter equal to 3 amps. Okay, 1 centimeter equal to, we have to calculate 1 into 3 divided by 12. Okay, like this we have to calculate. I'm correct or not? Total centimeter is 3. Okay, 3 total centimeter is 12 centimeter. Okay, like this we have to calculate all those things. Okay, AE by EF equal to AE by EF equal to, I have not calculated. AE by, this is 3. Okay, this is total is 3. AE by EF equal to, sorry, AE by EF equal to how much? 2 divided by 1. So 2 divided by 1 is totally 3. Ratio, I cannot say what is this value, what is this value. This is 3. AE by EF equal to 2. Ratio 2 is to 1. It is 2. That is meaning is that 2 is to 1. AE by EF equal to 2 is to 1. So we have to measure this thing. Okay, if I have to measure this thing. So what is the 3 ratio? Suppose I am getting 12. 12 means 12 centimeter equal to how much? 12 centimeter equal to 3. So sorry, reversely I have to put 3 equal to 12 centimeter. So what is 1 value? For 1 ratio, 1 equal to what is 1 into 12 divided by 3 equal to 4 centimeter. So what is 1 means it is 4 centimeter. 2 means how much? 2 into 4 equal to 8. So I have to measure from here 8 centimeter. I have to measure from here. Otherwise 4 centimeter from the horizontal axis. That like this you have to find all those things. Okay, this thing you have to find it. Then what you have to do, we locate the point E. After locating point E, we have to join this thing. This line is called torque line. Okay, this is for which machine? This is called this is for which motor? Slip ring induction motor. Suppose squirrel cage induction motor is, the problem is that we cannot measure the value of R2 because the motor rotor resistance will be short circuited inside the machine. Inside the machine it will be short circuited. We cannot measure all those things. How to do these things? How to do? Okay, that's the thing what we had to do. Okay, for slip ring induction motor, how to locate, same locating point E, what have to do for slip ring induction motor? Equal to simple for slip ring induction motor. Okay, what is stator copper losses? Stator copper locating point E. Okay, stator copper loss equal to 3 into ISN square into R1. This is rotor copper losses. Okay, what is this losses? Total losses. WSN consists of 3 losses: stator copper losses, rotor copper losses, and plus fixed losses, fixed losses. Here, during short circuit condition, this losses will be very much high when compared to fixed losses. Why? We are doing the ISN square into R1 is this value. 3 into ISN square into R1 is the stator copper losses. 3 into ISN square into R2 equal to rotor copper losses. Because ISN is not normal current, 8 to 10 times more than the normal current. So when compared to these losses, this fixed losses is negligible, small. So we are omitting these losses. So what is stator copper losses? So what is WSN? What is WSN? What is rotor copper losses? Rotor copper losses equal to WSN minus stator copper losses. Minus stator, WSN is total losses. I have removed this, only 2 things I am having. So rotor copper losses equal to stator copper losses, WSN minus stator copper losses. So AE by EF equal to rotor copper loss divided by stator copper loss. Rotor copper loss equal to WSN minus what is stator copper loss? 3 into ISN square into R1. See, total losses minus stator copper loss divided by stator copper loss into R1. Suppose in the ratio also I am getting 2 by 1. Then you have to measure the total value. You have to measure what the total value equal to 3. The total value equal to 3, only 3. That is no unit. Then we have to measure in centimeter. AF you have to measure in centimeter. Both the things you have to equate. 3 unit equal to how much? Otherwise 3 unit equal to how much? 12 centimeter. Or how much centimeter are getting? Then what is the unit? 1 unit I need. 1 unit equal to cross multiply. Suppose you are getting this is 2.5, this is 1.3, like this you are getting. So what is the total unit? It is 3.8. 3.8 unit equal to 12 centimeter. What is the value of 1 unit? Like this you have to say. These are all normal mathematics. Okay, I will remove all those things. Okay, you have located the point E, and after locating the point E, what we have did, I have joined the line. This line is called, what the name of the line is called? Torque line. This is very important line, torque line. This is torque line. Okay. Now coming to the very important topic, power scale. Okay. Coming to this is 14th topic is 14, I think is 14th step. I might leave this step also. Okay, 14th power scale. POWER, power scale. Okay, power scale equal to PS. I will put as power scale. Power scale equal to, okay, WSN, okay, divided by length of AD. What is length of AD? Length of AD will be in centimeter. Okay, for 1 centimeter, what is the value I had to find? So, okay, power scale to WSN. What is the unit for WSN? Watts. What is the length of AD in centimeter? The unit is watts per centimeter. This is very important. We had to find this power scale. Both are equal. Actually, WSN is in what is the thing we are getting? WSN equal to short circuit power at normal voltage. AD equal to same thing only, but it is in length, centimeter we are having. I have to find for 1 centimeter I had to find. So that is called 1 centimeter of WSN is called power scale. 1 centimeter of WSN is called power scale. How I am getting power scale? Power scale equal to WSN divided by length of AD equal to, we have to divide this. So for WSN you are getting 20,000, you are getting 20,000 divided by this is you are getting 20 centimeter. So 20,000 divided by 20 you are getting. So what you will get one time, okay, this will get 1000. Okay, so the 1000, what is the unit? Watts per centimeter. This is power scale. We had to calculate the power scale and we had to keep along with this. Okay, this is the 14th step. So 15th step, we had to check the output power. Output power in our machine, the output power will be, it will be in the nameplate details. It will be in the nameplate details. We have to check the output power. Where it is there? It is nameplate details. So it will be in horsepower or kilowatts. Either horsepower or kilowatts, we have to convert it into watts. Suppose 2.2 kilowatts means, what is the thing? 2.2 kilowatts means it will be equal to 2200 watts. Okay, suppose in horsepower, suppose output power, it will be nameplates, it will be there. Suppose it is 3 HP. Suppose this is 3 HP, 3 into 746 or 746 point something. If you multiply, you will get in watts. First you have to convert it into watts. Then what you have to do, you have to convert this output power in centimeter. You have to convert then output power, we have to calculate in centimeter. How to calculate output power in centimeter? All are 5th topic only, 15th point only. Output power in centimeter. How much watts you are getting? That watts output power in watts divided by power scale. This is the output power in centimeter. Output power in centimeter equal to output power in watts divided by power scale. What is the output power in watts? Output power in watts equal to this value, 3 into some value or 2200 divided by power scale. Here we have to calculate the power scale. So what is the unit for this thing? This unit is watts. This unit is watts per centimeter. So what will happen? This watts and watt will cancel. This centimeter will go outside. So it will be, you will get in centimeter. So I got this output power in centimeter. For the output power in centimeter, output power in watts, this will be given quantity divided by power scale. In any machine, suppose in the theory question, 3 HP motor. 3 HP motor is input power or output power. A 2200 watts machine. It's an output power. It is not at all an input power. Okay, this we have to calculate. Output power divided in watts divided by power scale we have to calculate. Okay, now I can in centimeter. Now what I had to do? I had to extend this line. This output centimeter I got here. This is, okay, this value equal to, this is A dash line. That centimeter. Output in centimeter equal to A dash. What is A dash? I have to extend this line. I use scale, then only at least it will be somewhat neat. Okay, this is A dash. This line is called output line. This line is output line. What is this? This is going like this. This will join here. This is A dash. I will go A dash. Okay, this value. Okay, now what I had to do? I had to draw a which line? Parallel line to which line? Output line. Parallel line to output line. How to draw a parallel line? Either you can go for set square and draw a perpendicular line. Otherwise, this centimeter we know. Okay, any one point, measure it and put a point like this thing. See, this value A dash equal to the same value, because this value should be equal to this value, like this. It will be like this thing only. Okay, the point, just what happened, just then draw a line. Okay, and draw a line. Also it's not a curve will be like this thing. Black color. Okay, it will, okay, you have to draw a parallel line. How to draw a parallel line? Either you have to use set square. Easiest method is that this length we know, any one of the point in the output line, take a put a particular point, join A dash and that particular point, you will get a parallel line. Actually in my diagram it is not parallel, but definitely you will get a parallel line. Now what is this? It will cut the semicircle at 2 points. Where are the points? In this point, here it is cutting, in this point it is cutting the semicircle. We had to take the lower point, we had to take. Okay, lower point we had to take, and I had to draw a, what's the line? Perpendicular line. This point is called P. This point is called, where it is cutting the, not this point, but this is upper point, this is lower point. I had to take the point P. I had to take the point P, and I had to draw a perpendicular line. I had to draw a perpendicular line. Okay, I have drawn a perpendicular line. After drawing the perpendicular line, I have to write down the notations. This is very, very important. Okay, when I draw perpendicular line, it will cut the which line? This output line. Forget about this which line? So ISN line. Forget about this ISN line. It will cut the which line? Output line at PQ. Okay, it will be very small. You cannot view this thing. Okay, this point is Q. Okay, output line. See here I will write all those things. I will write side. Okay, what I will write? Draw perpendicular line from P to x-axis. Okay, we have to draw a P from x-axis. I have to draw a line. What is P point? I have to draw a parallel line where it cut the lower semicircle is called P. I have drawn a perpendicular line from x-axis. I have drawn. Okay, next what I have to do? After drawing this thing, it will, when this perpendicular line will cut, that P line will cut the output line. Output line is called Q. Okay, then what is the after output line? Which line is there? Torque line. Torque line is called PQR. Then horizontal line we am having. You have to draw. Sorry, I had to draw from up to this thing. From up to this thing I have to draw. From the x-axis up to x-axis I have to draw. Torque line is called R. Then horizontal line. Horizontal line is called PQRS, and x-axis. X-axis is called PQRST. See, again I will explain, then only you will be able to understand. After drawing this output line, after drawing from here to this output line, this we have to calculate output line in centimeter, and I have to draw. We have to draw a parallel line to the output line. How to draw parallel line? Same centimeter, measure from here and just put a point, draw the line. So it's a parallel line. Okay, after drawing this parallel line, okay, what we have to do? Okay, this parallel line will cut this semicircle at 2 points. One here, one is the upper end, another one is lower. Lower point we have to take down. Then I have to draw that point is called P. So